Everybody, Earl at thelogbook.com, back for more Voyages of Shelf Discovery. Now, last time, if you recall, we opened Mando and Friendos. We opened the pre-Beskar Mandalorian, IG-11 from the Retro Collection, and Cara Dune. Mando and Cara Dune were both from the Vintage Collection, as is the Child, who was opened much earlier this year. In fact, if I remember, I think his head popped off when we opened the Child. So he's only so powerful in the Force. And in the background there, you see that's the Hot Wheels Razor Crest. I believe Charles, one of my patrons, sent that to me. And IG-11 was sent to me by Philip, who also sent me the figures we're opening today. Philip tried so hard to throw a few things my way this year, and as mentioned in a previous installment, he ran into some difficulties, which I really question anyone saying something is undeliverable at my place, because here's the thing. I am lucky enough to work from home 100% of the time. I do graphic design by day, I do podcast editing and livecast production in the evenings. They're all paid gigs. I keep the roof over my head without ever coming out from under the roof. Or at least it seems that way sometimes. So, anyone saying, oh, we couldn't deliver this. No, you could. I was 10 feet from the door. You totally could. You just didn't try. So, anyway, so Philip was kind enough to send along some more Mandalorian figures from the Vintage Collection. These are characters who have a somewhat more complicated relationship with Mando than the ones we already opened. So we have Grief Karga. This is Carl Weathers' character, and there's a question of, okay, is this a hanger or an opener? Well, thanks to the shipper, it's an opener. And same with this one, Moff Gideon, absolutely unambiguously the bad guy in The Mandalorian, and also a nicely curled card. I think these came by mail. And finally, we have the Armorer. I love this character. I was kind of disappointed that we did not see her at all in Season 2. Spoiler there. But now she can be on my shelf all the time. And this card wasn't just curled, it's crunched here at the bottom. So, obviously, we have a world of openers here today. So, thank you very much, Philip, for sending these. Philip had originally tried to send me some Marvel retro figures that I'm also very fond of. Single-handedly keeping the Hasbro economy alive, Philip is. But those were the ones that kept on, we can't get these there. Really? So, the Armorer comes with her hammer and tongs here, so she can kill stormtroopers with them. Oh, you think she's just crafting armor in there, but no, she's actually waiting for the chance to personally put an end to the lackeys of the Empire. Boy, detail-wise, even with the low lighting, and I've tried to kind of correct my lighting situation versus the last one of these that I shot. The problem is, if I make a mistake while I am shooting one of these, well, you can only open something once. So, therein lies the problem. You just have to wing it, make the best of it. It's one take, and you're done. Very, very rarely is there an edit in Voyages of Shelf Discovery. Okay, she has a kind of a cape or kind of a back piece here. I think it's like more of a fur cape than anything like Mando's cape. Oh, she has At least 2 waist swivels. So multiple points of articulation on this one. This is not your father's Kenner figures. Well, yeah, I should watch what I say, because I collected Kenner figures back in the day. So let's get her tools in hand here. And get some feedback from the cat audience. And let's see. How are we going to hold this? How exactly are we going to hold this? Very carefully. Very carefully. Can we do it that way? We can do it that way. Alright, so we have our tools, which are also deadly weapons if a bunch of stormtroopers walk into the room. So here we have the armor. Again, like the other vintage collection figures, she's got some, there's you can make these nod basically. They're not just looking straight to the left or the right. So, I wonder if we can do what we did last time. Will she stand there? Oh, she might not. She might not. Okay. That's not going to work. She will stand, just not on the edge of that monitor. So, there we have the armor. I will figure out the mechanics of getting her to stand up straight later. Interesting. It's like she has the Mandalorian equivalent of heels. I'm not going to judge. I mean, if you can kill a bunch of stormtroopers in heels, just do it. Okay, we are going to open Moff Gideon next. And I think all of these characters are also already available in the retro collection, which the difference between the vintage collection and the retro collection, we covered this last time. There are some differences in the packaging that are annoying. Oh. Okay. So you pull... Oh, there's 2 trays. One just for his cape, and one for the man himself and his weapons of choice. So we have here he's got his pistol, he's got the dark saber, he's ready to cause trouble, but he also has a cape that I guess you hang on his back by that peg. So let's get him out of here and get him dressed up. Kind of like Lando, the outfit's not complete until you have the cape. Or is it complete until you have the cat? There we go. Oh, no, don't tear his head off. Oh my gosh, no. Mando overdid it this time. Okay. Now, his neck has the same up-down freedom of movement that the other vintage collection characters have. So, I was afraid it was going to pop off like Baby Yoda's. Alright, yeah, and there's the hole in his back that miraculously keeps his cape on. Now, the funny thing about Moff Gideon here is that he's played by Giancarlo Esposito, who was also in Breaking Bad, which was not a show that I really enjoyed. I tried, with a lot of a lot of my friends telling me, oh, this is the best written thing on television in years. I tried and tried to give Breaking Bad a chance. And I could see that the actors were doing, phenomenal work. I'm actually going to have to take his cape off again here. He does have a holster for the pistol. Thank you, Hasbro, for finally realizing that, if these characters have holsters for their weapons need never get lost. Like most of the weapons belonging to my actual vintage Kenner collection. Yeah, it'll be even harder to take out of the holster once he has his cape on. And then we will give him the Darksaber. But the fun thing is that Reaction Super 7, well, although I think Reaction was also a Funko brand at the time, did a line of 3 3/4 inch 5-point of articulation action figures for Breaking Bad. So technically, and Giancarlo Esposito was in that show as Gus Fring. And nice kind of glow on the Darksaber there. That's a neat trick. I don't know if that's reflective material or if I've got it under the light at just the right angle. But there you go. He is armed and dangerous. I always kind of enjoy the notion of someone who is not force sensitive or really trained with the weapon getting hold of something like a lightsaber. And, how does that go for them? Kind of not well. I mean, I've enjoyed that notion ever since the original Marvel Star Wars comics from 78, where they had a crazy old guy named Don Juan Quixote, who claimed he was a Jedi Knight, but he was actually just some old guy who had had a mental break somewhere because of the horrors he had witnessed in the course of the probably the Clone Wars or something like that, given his age. But he convinced him. He found a lightsaber that had belonged to a fallen Jedi, and convinced himself that he was, by extension, now a Jedi himself. Okay, so we are now opening up Greef Karga as Carl Weathers' character. Now, the funny thing here is, Reaction Super 7 has done figures based on the Rocky movies. So, just as you can have Moff Gideon, chase down Gus Fring and either collaborate with him or punish him for his crimes, you can have Greef Karga team up with Clubber Lang, which was Carl Weathers' character from the Rocky movies. I think the Clubber Lang figure is the one in the, the star-spangled shorts and the top hat, so that would be, if anyone has done that, if anyone has also had that same thought, please, please send me the pictures. Okay, so, we have Greef Karga here. This is really kind of the Season 2 appearance for Greef Karga, because he has his beard and everything. First season, I think he just had the mustache. He does have a pistol, but he does also have a holster. And so I think my standard procedure for everyone who's got a weapon is holster your weapon, as it should be in real life as well. Don't be waving that thing around. You're going to hurt somebody with it. So he is... so this is the Season 2 version of Greef, and so he is here to... he's here to help. He's not quite the frenemy that he was in Season 1. Got an interesting cape. It's kind of... got these two things going down the front that are pliable, they're flexible, and really, really nice figure. Another ally to add to the Mando display shelf that I showed off earlier here. I don't think we have I think we've looked at the display shelf yet, and that's probably an upcoming episode in itself. In my old house, before I moved away to Utah and then came back to Arkansas, I had two really big, really nice, solid CD shelves. CD shelves are great for figures of this scale. And so late this summer, I was able to get another one. It's not quite as solid as, or as wide as what I had in my old house, but I have once again filled it with old friends, old figures, and some new ones alike, including there is already a shelf set aside for Mando and Friendos and Frenemies, and we will get to that display shelf in a future installment. Thank you for watching. And Philip, again, thank you very much for the additions to my collection.